Hi friends, this is Prabhat Anand. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Today we will be talking about the artificial propagation of plants. In the previous classes we had studied about the asexual reproduction and its types. Today we will be dealing with the artificial propagation of plants, that is also under the asexual reproduction. Now if we talk about the artificial propagation of plants, the first process is cutting. The first process is cutting. Simply, as the word determines, cutting means the plant part is being cut with a sharp knife and then it is buried in the moist soil. When it is buried in the moist soil, the plant part starts developing roots and the shoot system, and it starts flowering. If the flowering plant is buried in the ground, then it will start flowering. Now if we take the most famous example, that is rose plant. When we cut the part of rose plant with a sharp knife and buries in the soil, it starts growing and develops flowers in that part. Now again, the another example is bougainvillea. Bougainvillea. Another example we can know, chrysanthemum. Another, if we will be knowing, that is banana. We are much familiar with the bananas. With the method cutting, these all are the examples of the plants which is used for the artificial propagation. Now if we see about the cutting method, as an example of a rose plant, it is being cut by making a slanting with a sharp knife, and then it is then buried in the moist soil, and when it is buried in the moist soil, after some days it starts producing roots system, and then it develops into a shoot system and starts producing the flowers. Now the other method which is used under the artificial means of propagation is layering. The other method that is used under the artificial propagation of plants is layering. In this method, a well developed plant shoot system, or we can say its branch, is buried in the ground of some parts of it and let it steep into the exposed air. Now the buried part starts producing the root system, and when it is well developed root system, it is fully formed a new plant that is buried in the ground, and this process generally refers to the process of layering. In this process we uses generally jasmine. Jasmine is commonly called chameli. Jasmine is commonly called chameli. Now the next one is strawberry. We can get here hibiscus. Hibiscus is well known China rose. These are the some examples of artificial propagation of layering. Now the third process which is used under the artificial propagation is grafting. We are much familiar with the process grafting. As we know, the mango tree and the apple trees are being grafted. So our next process is grafting. In this method, the plant part is cut with a sharp knife. One part, if we see by a diagrammatic example, the plant part is cut by making a slanting cut, and then it is joined with the desired plant or the parental body. If we cut the plant with a sharp knife with a slanting cut, the upper part doesn't contain the root and the lower part contains the root. Upper part doesn't contain root and lower part contains root. The part which contains root is called stalk. In the grafting method, if we will be asked, the part which contains root or the parental body is called stalk, and the other part which doesn't contain any root system, or we can say the desired plant that we are making a joint with the parental body, that part is called scion. These are the two words that is used for the grafting. First is the stalk and the other is the scion. Stalk is that plant body which is the parental one, I mean that which is buried into the ground with a roots system, but scion is the desired plant which we want to graft into that parental body. So we can write examples of some grafting we do of mango, apple, pear, apricot, etc. These are some examples of grafting method which is used under the artificial means of propagation in some plants. If we talk about the grafting method, such that in a diagram you will be seeing that the plant part which contains the root, we studied that it is called the stalk, and the other, that is desired plant which is being joined, it is called the scion. This is being joined with together, and sometimes we are applying some plant growth regulators in between of them. I mean that in the cutted part we apply some plant growth regulator that enables the plant cells to join fast. Now the other is advantages of grafting. If we talk about the advantages of grafting, we will be getting that the first point is, in this process we can get the desired plant characteristics in a single parental body. I mean that whatever the things we are needing, we can get in a single parental body. So the first point is, we can get the desired characteristic of varieties of plant in a single parental body. Now the other advantage under the grafting method is, in this process the time is very less taking. Now if we talk about the plant which is sown by the seed, it takes time to grow in a small one, then it continues to become a bigger one, and then it starts flowering. And if we talk about the method used under the grafting, it is usually the parental body is developed with the root system, so the time will be excluded of making the root system of the parental body. Now here the time taking is very less to fully develop and produce flower and fruits. These two advantages are under it. Now, the third advantage which we generally see under it is we can get seedless plant under this process. We can get seedless plant under this process. We can get seedless plant. We can get seedless plant. First was we can get the desired characteristic of varieties of plant in a single parental body. Other was time taking is very less to fully develop and produce flowers and fruits. And the next was we can get seedless plant. Now the last, if we talk about the advantages under the grafting method, is in this process we can get flowers and fruits in a very young plant body. In a very young plant body, it starts producing the flowering and the fruits. So we can write here, it flowers or fruits in the younger one. In the younger one. Now let us talk about the advantages of artificial propagation. If we talk about the advantages of artificial propagation, the first point under it is we can get desired characteristic of plant. We can get desired characteristics of plant. If we talk about the artificial propagation advantages, the first point under it comes that we can get desired characteristic of plant under this process. Now the second point under it is, if we uses the artificial means of propagation, the time taking will be very less. So our other advantages is, in this process time taking is less. If we talk about the time taking of the artificial means of propagation, it is very less taking time. Now the third point under it is, we can grow a variety of plants in a single parental body in a artificial means of propagation. As we have talked about the grafting method, in that method we had talked that a single parental body can be attached with a variety of plant parts. So we can get varieties of plants in a single parental body, and that will be under the cutting or grafting method. That will be under the cutting or grafting method of artificial means of propagation. Now the other advantages under the artificial means of propagation is, in this process we will be getting the plant similar to the parental body. In this process we will get the exact copy of the plant. Means the variety which we will be expecting from the plant, or which we will be joining under the grafting method, it will be the similar as the parental body which we will be grafting there. So we can get exact copy of the plant under the artificial means of propagation. Now the last point under the advantages of artificial means of propagation is, in this process we can get seedless plant, as we had talked in the last section that in the grafting method we can get seedless plant. So it is under the artificial means of propagation. So here we can get seedless plant, we can get seedless plant, and this process is generally seen in cutting and grafting, and this process is generally seen in cutting and grafting. If we talk about the cutting and grafting, now it is seedless plant producing processes. That's all for this topic for the artificial means of propagation. We will be back with a new topic, flowering plants and its reproduction. This video if you like, please subscribe to the channel. Also share with your friends so that they can also learn from this channel, and also press the bell icon so that our videos, upcoming videos could reach to you as soon as possible. Be safe, be healthy. Thank you.